And now joining me on WION Newsroom, Adya Juneja, who will take us through developments from the world of business, and Atira Sasidharan, who will get us all the updates from the world of sports. We begin by going over to Adya for market updates.
Well, thank you, Diksha. Taco Thursday. That's what's shaping investor sentiment today as tensions over Greenland ease. Global markets saw a relief bounce after President Trump signaled a softer tone on tariffs and geopolitics at Davos. Wall Street, Asian stocks and European futures edged higher, helped by easing fears around Greenland and trade threats. But gains remain partial, with investors wary of sudden policy reversals. Diplomatic strains with Europe, rising geopolitical flashpoints, and interventionist economic proposals continue to cap risk appetite. And what's benefit from risking appetite? Well, the rising risk appetite, precious metals. Gold prices remain close to record highs as banks turn more bullish on the metal. Now, Goldman Sachs has raised its end 2026 gold forecast to $5,400 an ounce, citing strong central bank and private sector demand. Gold is already up over 11% this year, driven by diversification away from policy risk and geopolitical uncertainty. Now, analysts expect buying by emerging market central banks to stay robust, keeping downside limited. Moving on, US Supreme Court justices appear skeptical about President Trump's attempt to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. Several judges warned that making it easier to remove Fed officials could undermine the central bank's independence and destabilize markets. The case comes amid Trump's repeated pressure on the Fed to cut rates faster. A ruling is expected by June, with investors closely watching for implications for monetary policy credibility. And finally, a surge in AI-driven demand is tightening global memory chip supply, pushing prices sharply higher. Major producers say demand from data centers is crowding out consumer electronics. As a result, smartphones, PCs, and gaming console sales are now expected to shrink this year. Companies like Apple, Dell, and Xiaomi face tough choices: absorb higher costs or pass them on to customers already is grappling with inflation. Well, that's a wrap from the world of business. Now, for all the sports updates, it's over to you, Atira.
Thank you so much, Adya. Here are the top sports stories we are tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with cricket first. India head coach Gautam Gambhir has shared a cryptic post on X in which he appears to be responding to the rumored rift between him and senior players Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Gambhir was replying to Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, who praised him on Wednesday before India's win against New Zealand in the first T20I. Gambhir said, and I'm quoting him here, "When the dust settles, truth and logic about a coach's supposedly unlimited authority will become clear. Till then, I'm amused at being pitted against my own who are the very best." End of quote. There have been reports of feud between Gambhir and Kohli and Rohit since the duo's test retirement last year. Staying with cricket, the International Cricket Council has rejected Bangladesh's request to move its T20 World Cup matches from India to Sri Lanka. On Wednesday, the ICC voted to replace Bangladesh in the tournament if they do not agree to play in India. Bangladesh's Cricket Board President Aminul Islam said that he has asked the ICC for time to consult with his government one last time. He reiterated that Bangladesh's stance of refusing to travel to India and expressed hope for a miracle from the governing body. Scotland will likely take their sport if Bangladesh doesn't travel to India. Over in tennis now, 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic has sailed into the third round of the Australian Open. The record 10-time champion downed Francesco Mazzarelli 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 in Melbourne. Djokovic will next face Botic Wonderstrand next. If he defeats the Dutchman, he will become the first player to record 400 major match wins. But remember, the Dutch player had stunned Djokovic last year at the Indian Wells. Women's defending champion Madison Keys has also reached the third round of the Australian Open. The 9th seed defeated fellow American Ashlyn Kruger. Keys needed just 23 minutes to take the opening set. However, the world number 9 dropped her serve twice in the second set before staging a comeback. Keys won the match 6-1, 7-5. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Diksha.
Thank you so much, Athira and Adya, for getting us all those updates. And with that, it's time for us to slip into a very short break on WION World is One. Stay tuned. More news and updates will follow on the other side.